My name is Phil Gaimon. I was a pro cyclist for 10 years, but at the end of 2016, I realized that I had to quit racing and get a job. I couldn't be the best at pro cycling, so I've decided to be the absolute worst at retiring. Hi folks, you're here today because someone took a KOM from me. Now, no one has taken Strava as seriously as I have. I would venture to say that I have gone overboard more than anyone else on this particular social media application that has a physical element to it. No one else has made a show, to my knowledge. No one else has sponsors. This is my territory. So when someone takes a KOM from me, and I get the emails sometimes. I'll get the emails, and here I'm going to show you right now. I'm just going to refresh. I'll get the email sometimes. It says you lost a KOM. And I'll see it and I'll be like, oh man, what's going on? I'll wake up in the dead of night and I'll be like, I lost a Strava. It's crazy. And then I'll look at it and it's just, I've lost them all by 20 minutes because somebody's in a car and it's never real. But I got notification that I lost Lookout Mountain, which is one that I made an episode for. And it's one that it's the most coveted segment in I would say in mountain time zone. It's a big deal in Denver when I got Lookout. And I saw it. It was by a small margin. You know, it was only by it was a few seconds. And I looked at it and I was like, could this be real? Could this be real? Could someone have the guts, the balls to go after my Lookout KOM? And the answer was yes. And it was taken by one Gaimon Mannion. Now I know Gavin. I have a history with Gavin. We were teammates for a while. He was a guest rider on Garmin Sharp. Back in my pro days, he was the guy who they threw in at the end of the season to get bottles for. I was getting bottles too, but you know what? He took it from me. Gavin's he's a couple years older and he's a fast bike rider, and he took it, and then he had the balls to shame me for it on the internet. I don't know what it is. Gavin he's an okay guy, but he's a ginger too. I don't know what it is with gingers taking my KOMs. It was what's his name on stunt. His name escapes me, but he was a ginger, and now Gavin, another ginger. So I'm just gonna say this: I got my eyes on you, Ian Boswell. I got my eyes on you. But for now, you know, I saw that notification, and it was on a Sunday, and I got on my computer. I was like, I don't have anything on the calendar this week, So I went to southwest.com, and all I did, I just sent Gavin a screenshot of my plane ticket. I was like, Gavin, this isn't over, buddy. This is not over. So I've packed my bike right here. This is what happens, people, when you push me. You know, you challenge me. This is how it's gonna go. I got my suitcase here. It's packed. I got my speed suit. I got my race wheels. I got a 12-pound bike in this thing, and I'm not scared to get on a plane. That's what I want you to know. I'm not afraid to get on a plane to take what's mine. So when I filmed Lookout last summer, it was a really cool day. It was a fun time. I had people come, and we did this creative artsy thing where they filmed me coming by on their iPhones, and we stitched it all together. And people had cookies, and there was a guy who was running naked, and it was a great day, and I really enjoyed it. And I think that's the problem. Because Strava is not a thing to be laughed at. It's not a thing to joke about. This is serious, and I wasn't taking it seriously enough. You can't stop and smell the cookies when you're trying to do something real. So I'm going to bring a camera. I'm going to have VeloFix is going to put the camera on the thing, but it's not going to be a big hullabaloo this time. I'm going to focus. I'm going to do this right, and I'm going to do this for good because I'm sending a message. So as I said last year when I was here, if you're half a cyclist, whether you want to or not, you're going to be in Boulder at some point. So that's where I stayed. But I got to do a nice ride with Coach Frank. Hey, what's up? And then we went out to meet the enemy. All right, so we had a meeting here with the enemy. This is Gaimon Mannion. Thanks for coming, Gavin. So let's have a seat. Gavin brought over some coffees. Now I know your tricks. You knew. See, obviously he was going to poison the coffee. So that's you're drinking this one. Except you knew that I was drinking it, and you switched them before you sat down. So we're going to switch it back. gonna watch you drink this.
I don't know how much I weigh. Probably like somewhere around 130.
He looks very skinny. You look very skinny.
And I think I
There's
did
nothing left to get.
about 350 watts.
Oh god. Okay, I gotta do a lot more watts.
Yeah, I saw that.
You look very skinny.
I watched your video for a little bit and I was like, I can't do anything near that.
Was that the record for the full hill climb, like historically?
I don't know.
Because there's some legend about Danielson's time and Waters' time that I was dealing with.
I don't know anything about that.
Okay, I'm surprised Waters didn't text me since he was a Jew. Okay.
Yeah, it's probably got other
He pays attention to that crap. You'd be surprised.
No, it doesn't surprise me.
Alright, so pacing tips, just wait for 60-mile-an-hour tail.
Yeah, basically. I just went for it for the first like 10 minutes and I kind of tried to hang on.
Okay.
Since I feel like the altitude's weird, where like at the top you're kind of screwed. But I think you should probably do the opposite. Ease
See, I wouldn't help him. I wouldn't take your advice and I don't trust you.
Ease into it and then just sprint to the finish.
I'm just saving it all for the last try.
Yeah.
Alright, now this show is normally all serious but also fake fun. I do need to mention a charity situation here. So if you noticed, Gavin won the event. So the event that unseated my KOM was the Chad Young Memorial Hill Climb. Chad Young was a very promising professional cyclist. He was on Action Hagens Berman, and he passed away. He crashed during a stage of the Tour of the Gila a couple of years. No, was it 1 year ago?
1 year ago. In May.
Okay, so he passed away during a stage after a bad crash, the Tour of the Gila, 1 year ago. So this event, he went to school at School of Mines, and this event was sort of put on in memory of him and to benefit the charity that his parents started. So here we have my friend Dan McMahon, who you might recognize Dan from my previous Lookout episode, and if you don't recognize him, you would just need to see his hairy ass. Because he was the guy who was chasing me with the cookie and nothing else on his body. But we're here to talk about real things now. So Dan, can you tell us a little bit about the Chad Young Foundation and what they're up to?
Yeah, so the Chad Young Foundation was founded by Chad's parents in the aftermath of this crash. And the foundation is primarily to raise money for research in head injury and cycling injury prevention, and then a small part of the foundation is also raising money for academic scholarships at the Colorado School of Mines.
Nice. So where do people go to check it out?
You can go to cwyf.org. Chad William Young Memorial Fund.org.
So what we'll do is, and this will be predetermined by the time you guys see it, but but we've talked about the Chad Young Foundation a little bit. If I suggest this, if I win, you donate money in my name to the Chad Young Foundation. If not, you donate it to this guy, Gaimon. It's a Gaimon's name. And because I'm in Boulder, that means one trip to the grocery store at least is mandatory in the bike shoes. So the conditions are not what I was hoping. I'm preparing my excuses. I'm definitely better than Gavin, but so guys, how is it out there? I haven't ridden up it yet.
It's bad. Awful. It's the
But
worst
also you
wind
fuck
I've
with me
ever
and said it was
seen
a
on
perfect
Lookout.
tailwind.
Fucking awful. Tailwind the whole way.
Yeah, we're locals too, and it's about the worst we've seen.
There we go. Mike Freeman said it was the worst day ever, which I like because he's had some bad days. Yeah, well, whatever. I'm not scared. So the plan was to fly in Wednesday, do the climb on Thursday, fly out Friday afternoon. The weather forecast for Thursday morning was hell. It was heavy wind. It was cold. So I postponed it. I told my video people, I told VeloFix, we're going to do it super early on Friday. I said we're going to get up ridiculously early, and we're going to do it on Friday instead. So I told them all that, and then the weather Thursday morning was perfect, and then we got there Friday, and it was a very ugly headwind, and I do make excuses, and it is a fair excuse because I could barely hold my bike up, and it was so cold. It was so cold. So Colorado continues to F with me, and I continue to not be a fan of the state of Colorado. Because why would you do that? Why would you say the forecast looks good on Friday and bad on Thursday, and then to literally flip them? I put the ride up, and it was so slow. People were commenting like, "Good luck when you go for it, Phil." Like, it was so slow. They didn't know I did it yet. They thought I was like teasing the one I was gonna do later. I'm not acting.
I went. The time to beat today was 16:06. 02, so it doesn't matter. My time previously was 16:16. Today was 18:29. 18. Yeah.
That's a lot of shit talking, Phil. You better not screw this up. You better not screw this up. You better not screw this up.
Thank you to the crowd and the cookies that helped.
So Lookout was it was kind of an easy one when I got it. It was I went for it and I got it, and it was fun because there were people there, and that was like that big crowd the first time I did Lookout, all those strangers coming out to help me film it and cheer me on. Like that was sort of the first moment that I knew like, oh, this stupid show is working somehow, and that was really exciting. And now it's the moment where it's like, man, this show really hurts sometimes, and it can be super annoying. So people still came out. There's some shenanigans. Mike Friedman showed up, former pro Mike Friedman, who we were on 3 of the same teams, but never at the same time. I got to see his hairy ass. So there was shenanigans, but not too much. And it was good to connect with the Denver crew once in a while. I like Golden a lot more than Boulder, I'll say that. So that's it for now. I'm just going to have to find a way to sleep knowing that Gavin Mannion has my KOM on Lookout. It's still mine, Gavin. It's still mine. We'll see. Do I get it back? Do I go for it and get it back? I don't know. Probably try. I'm stupid that way.